So in terms of thinking about systemic thinking, there's some underlying tenets to developing how we go forward. How can we help heal this? How can we manage this in a way that's going to be helpful for everybody, especially the child? So this quote from Tolstoy is, I'm not sure I agree with it, actually. He says, all happy families resemble one another. Each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. Well, certainly I've met a lot of unhappy families, and they are all unique. Each family is unique. However, there are patterns. I've never met the same family twice, but there are these patterns which develop and which we can discern. So each individual, thinking about the story, will have their own version of the story based on the experience that they've had, what they've been told, what they've been exposed to, how they've been left to make up their own minds. And the danger is that one story becomes dominant, and that story can often be unbalanced and unfair, and there can be significant omissions and significant things which are not explained. The danger, I put this in, there's a real danger in black and white thinking, this dichotomous thinking. My one parent is all good, the other parent is all bad. This can lead to really severe, in children, it can lead to really severe mental health problems down the way. And there's a lot of research now that supports that. I've given you a reference here, which is an overview of the research. And I wanted to put in something about the difference between having a label for something. So this person has a personality disorder and it's called narcissistic, or it's called emerging borderline personality disorder, whatever. The labels become fixed within a person. What we try and do in systemic thinking is to describe what's happening, and that description is contextual. It happens in a context and can change. That leaves it open for change. I wanted to say something about triangulation. This is the next kind of step in the way. I mentioned it a lot in the discussion about the double bind, but triangulation, we think in systemic thinking that it's a normative process. That's a lot of systemic thinkers believe, and I'm one of them, that the triangle is the basic unit, not the dyad, that there are many, many triangles in family life, and that the third person might be physically present, but they're always psychologically present. They're always there in the child's mind and in all of our minds. And there is such a thing. So it's a normative process. And where families have common goals, they work together so that when the child goes to one parent and says, you know, can I have these sweets? The smart parent will say, have you asked your other parent if you can have the sweets? Rather than being caught up in a conflict. And most families work that out pretty quickly. But there is such a thing as pathological triangulation. And I'm going to talk about that, which many of you will have experienced.